They met online, and the 19-year-old college student agreed to meet him after hours near her dormitory. And for the next 5 days, he would terrorize her before police would find her unclothed in a pile of coal in his basement. This news was just too good not to talk about at this special time of year, folks, as police in Utah find missing college student Madeline Allen. The best news is they arrested her alleged abductor. I hope you'll take a moment, hit the like and the subscribe button, and ring the bell so that you get all of our notifications on other important videos. Now let's get going on this. There is absolute joy this holiday season for the Allen family, who just a week ago faced the grim reality that Christmas could be likely their worst nightmare. Their daughter, Maddie, mysteriously disappeared from her college dorm room, and inside information was coming in that confirmed their worst nightmare. She met the alleged perpetrator named Brent Brown on an online chat room and secretly agreed to meet him late one evening last week. Her friends would report her missing the following day, and campus law enforcement sprang into action. Let's take a minute and look at the video of Madeline leaving the dorms with only a small grocery bag in her hands. It's evidence that she did not intend on being gone for very long. She was taken 100 miles south to Loa, Utah, where Brown apparently held her against her will for 5 days. She was assaulted numerous times, and it must have been absolutely horrendous if the charges can tell us anything. Aggravated kidnapping, rape, and object rape. Brown now faces those charges in Manti's 6th District Court as outlined in a probable cause statement. Police were able to access her cellular phone and social media locations, which led them to the small community. Now, here's where cops did the really cool work. Painstakingly, they conducted a house to house search of the area before they reached Brown's residence. When he refused to let them in, they went and got a search warrant. Once inside, they found her identification and her clothing. As they continued their search, they discovered the child unclothed under a pile of coal in a basement room. Brown was immediately arrested, and police seized a handgun and 3 knives. Now, a news report, the Gephardt Daily staff reported that Brown told police that he destroyed Madeline's phone when he learned police were searching for her. He then restrained her to keep her from leaving his home, and he threatened to hurt her family if she tried to leave. Well, Madeline is now safe and being treated, and the alleged perpetrator is going to face the criminal justice system. She and her family can have some measure of peace during this holiday season, although her journey and her new challenges are just beginning. Let's listen to the comments made by Madeline's family. I join them in lauding the efforts of Utah law enforcement, who didn't slow down or give up on this difficult investigation.
Our appreciation and admiration for these law enforcement professionals has only grown. While we clearly do not know all the details, a few things are abundantly clear. This has been an exceptional investigative effort, one that was exhaustive, deliberate, and methodical. Through the extraordinary skill and leadership of Chief Walk and President Cook, local authorities reached out to access and incorporate additional resources and capabilities throughout the process, while ensuring the entire effort was carefully coordinated. Doing this with dozens of individuals from many local, state, and federal agencies is no small feat. All of these individuals, including many who have worked anonymously behind the scenes, should feel immense pride in their work. The service they and their counterparts around the state and country provide is essential to the well-being and safety of every community. We are extraordinarily grateful for their commitment and their service. As a family, we are similarly indebted to the leadership at Snow College, including President Snow, Marcy Larson, Carson Howell, Mike Daniels, and many, many more. They have gone out of their way to sustain, embrace, and host our family. They have given their time, accommodations, resources, and so much more. We feel that they have become like family to us, and we are grateful to be included in their community. We have been overwhelmed by the astonishing support we have received both directly and online. Hundreds of thousands of people have expressed their love and concern, fueling the outreach that aided in this effort. They come from every corner of Utah and far beyond, from the U.S. to Europe, Africa to the Middle East. We have depended on your love and examples, even as we know many of you face your own struggles and suffering. Finally, I want to take the liberty of sharing a personal perspective about Jonathan and Tanya, something they are very reticent to have me do. They have both suffered and soared in this traumatic experience. It is difficult to imagine a more harrowing experience as a parent. As an uncle and a friend, this has been devastating to me and to all of us. But true to who they are, Jonathan and Tanya have not just suffered through this experience, they have done it in the most honorable, inspiring way possible. From the beginning, they focused first, of course, on finding Maddie, but they emphasized repeatedly how important it was to do this with true love, unity, and faith, regardless of the outcome. They have long been my heroes and exemplars, and I think I speak on behalf of the entire family, and many, many more, when I say that they are exactly who we would like to become as parents, friends, and disciples. Now, as we go forward, it is with an intense mix of emotions that Jonathan and Tanya and their children and all of us are experiencing. We are still in shock at all that has happened. We are exhausted, we are elated, we are relieved, and we are worried about the long road that lies ahead. But most of all, and most importantly, we are so very, very grateful.
Well, there are circumstances when this just isn't possible to the extent that we're witnessing in this case, but it clearly shows how open communication and collaboration with the family can benefit the investigation. Police met regularly with Maddie's family, and they shared what information they could. In turn, the family was open with information to law enforcement, and together they worked with the media and gave the public actionable requests that led to an outpouring of support and timely tips and leads. Now, for the Allens, this holiday season, although filled with some pain and confusion, is going to be filled with a lot of gratitude. My thoughts, though, are turning to the 100,000 plus missing persons who aren't coming home during 2021. That's just in the United States. The number around the world is astronomical. In a year when we focus so much on how many people are lost to the pandemic, we seem to forget year after year this annual pandemic of missing persons. Do you realize since 1960, more than 6 million people have disappeared in just the United States? Imagine if we added the numbers from around the world. Think of how many families and loved ones that number represents. While we give thanks for the recovery of Madelyn Allen and a few other missing persons this year, let's not forget the people who were not coming home. It's them and their families who are garnering my thoughts as this year comes to an end. We'll see you soon at the next crime scene.